and everything.
Okay.
At some point. All right, all right, all right. We are all the way live. I'm going to tell you in advance. We are at a secret location. We don't know how this Wi-Fi is going to go. So just bear with us. We are going to be here. Let me just look before we get started because we got a lot. We already had the show before the show.
For sure.
If you know
sure.
me and my brother, this is Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. If you know anything about us, we will talk about some things. And we were already doing. I was like, we gotta save it for the show. We gotta save it for the show. But let me see. I just want to see how it looks. Check your Facebook before we get started.
Yeah.
See how it's looking. See how it is looking. Let's see how. Okay, seems like it's all right. It seems like it's all right, Leroy. We got a good show coming for you. And we were going to come to you live at 2:30, but we was like, we were doing the show pretty much now before we started. So that wouldn't have worked. We already did. We could have already got started. We would have done the whole show. We would have done the whole show. All right. So welcome to More Than Just Music. It's more than music. All right. So this is my brother. He is no stranger to my channel. We did, that's all right. You probably hear More Than Just a Movie for 6 seasons. 6 seasons. So we were going to start that back up, but we always talk about my brother and I, we love music and movies, right? Among other things. And we were going to do the 7th season of More Than Just a Movie. But we were like, we got to talk about music. So we're going to do more than just music because every song has a story.
But we know you got stories and stories about yeah, we got stories about music. Who she knows music, so you know she's 6th edition, new edition, right?
I mean, there's so much music in that. There's so many words, but we were just talking about how music. So let me get some background. Excuse the noise because we are in a location that working. All right, so in More Than Just a Movie, when we were spotlighting music bios, and we did the New Edition story, we did 5 Heartbeats, we did this, and I started reading the lyrics for The Way You Do the Things You Do, and how eloquently it painted a picture.
This Smokey Robinson right there?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I thought he wrote that.
So think about that. All right, well, look, see, we're so excited. Tell people who he is.
Well, for those that may not know and haven't seen me, I am Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the impact builder. And I don't know if you know, but you haven't seen yet, but I'm actually, since you call me the connector, I done and put that into my business. It's going to be part of my product business.
So, let me tell you something. If you don't know one thing about Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., he wants for people what he wants for himself. And he's not a gatekeeper. You know, everybody talks about gatekeeping. Like, he will connect people to people who can benefit from each other and do that as a community. And I think we need that more. So people are like, oh, I don't want to tell this, or I don't want to introduce this because then they might do this and we could have done this. But he will connect people. I call him Little Clarence Avon. So if you don't know who Clarence Avon is, definitely check out his.
We're going to be talking about him in this too.
Okay.
The music.
Okay.
Because some of the most iconic music that you heard, Mr. Avon was a part of it. And the reason behind it happening.
Exactly. Exactly. His documentary is the Black Godfather is on Netflix. Together, I've seen that documentary about 20 times.
I know, right?
About 20 times. So that's what I call him. So more than just the music. Let's talk about some stuff we were talking about before we hit live. Right? About how music impacts you. Let's talk about from a male's perspective. What does a song lyrics do for a brother trying to get to love? Because think about it, love and romance We can talk about when it comes to music, social change, a change gonna come, and what's going on. We can talk about social. We can talk about romantic love. We can talk about mothers and fathers in the songs and all of that. So talk about what it does.
Well, here's the thing: me growing up, I was telling Kendall, and for the young fellas, y'all free, right? If you want to learn how to talk to a young lady the right way, go back and listen to the music of the 70s and the 80s and even into the 90s. And it will give you the words that you need, because as I was telling Kendall, me and my best friend at the time, we were having a conversation one time, and he was the one who put me on it. He was 2 years younger than me. But what he was saying was, man, you gotta listen to what he's saying. Just wait to get them. I started listening more to it. So the music that we're going to talk about is going to infuse that from music. And I'm not going to say it here because I'll talk about what's going viral.
Yeah.
On social media right now about a song, and people
it's a songwriter that women
and those lyrics have made people, this one song people just recently paid attention to. I'm like, they made the song go viral, and now we're gonna go all the way back. Now people are gonna start listening to that again. So
it's a good writer,
right? And so music is, especially good music.
Mm-hmm.
Good music is classic. Good classic music is something that is beyond generations. Because if you listen to, I was listening to, I think Rochelle Farrell or somebody else, and I said to the person, I said, Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, it means that you can take that song,
Mm-hmm.
place it now. Let's say it was back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a song that sounds just as good today
Mm-hmm.
as it did back then. You take any of my, pretty much Michael Jackson and Prince's songs, a lot of their songs.
Man in the Mirror will never, the words to Man in the Mirror, they will never grow old. It starts with the Man in the Mirror.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
Just Purple Rain is forever.
Yeah.
Those types of songs.
Yeah.
The Temptation songs, you can put those songs on right now.
Yeah.
And everybody will groove to it.
Yes.
Because of, like you said, the lyrics.
Yes.
The lyrics and the music that came along with it. It made it times. And like we were talking about what we'll talk about here, you were saying, is it takes you to a time and place.
Yes.
Like, I remember that. It was down my grandma's house.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah. I was walking the school in the 80s, it was playing on the boombox, or whatever it is. It's because it makes you think about it. So I have this. So again, if you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, because this is what we're going to be doing. So we have done 6 seasons of More Than Just a Movie. So from More Than Just a Movie to More Than Just Music. Join me and Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. as we dive deep into the soundtracks of our lives, right? I'm sure we'll be talking about lyrics that healed us, that moved us in songs that moment. Because music doesn't just play, it paints memories, right? It exchanges laughs, because we did that, spark emotion, and changes lives, right? As we talk about. All right, so we're about to talk about nostalgia. We're about to get into it. So when you think about a lyric to you, or it makes you think of a song that does that.
I mean, I can think of several, but one of my favorite artists who sings is Will Downing, and I always think of the song that he did with Rochelle Farrell, Nothing Has Ever Felt Like This.
Yes.
And that song and the lyrics to it, when you listen to the lyrics to it, it goes back and forth. It's almost like the song from the Bible, where there's this banter between the two of them, and this love escapade that they're talking about with themselves that they have for each other and everything like that. So I think about one of the I don't think he gets enough to be honest with you. I don't think he gets enough.
Stevie Wonder?
Yes. No, I'm saying he is the greatest songwriter ever. I'm talking out of any genre, country, blues. He is, just if you listen to this is a blind man.
Yeah.
Writing as.
Yeah.
Just as the sun.
Yeah. Yeah. And he never even seen the sun. Never seen
the rose
And
buds.
as a writer, I
love
it.
That.
Right. Never.
Yeah.
I think about when you just said it's a conversation. I have some songs on here. When you said it's a conversation, think about the 70s song Woman to Woman. Shirley. When you said the conversation,
sure.
And it's so funny because it has by Shirley Brown, so Woman to Woman, and it has gone viral too on TikTok, and people acted it out. It's a woman to another. They're talking about the same man. It's full of emotion.
She was murdered. And she called
right. It's real emotion. And she said, "Oh, wait, this is Shirley." And she's breaking it down, talking about this is it. This is my man, right? And to have those kind of conversations in a song is crazy. What about Luther? A house is not a home.
And see, and what people don't realize, and I didn't realize it either until lately, a lot of Luther songs were remakes.
Said it's breaking up like, so can you hear us now? How about now?
Well, definitely make sure
we want to make sure you guys can hear us. Can you hear us now? Let us know. Because we want to make sure you hear this.
Yeah.
Can you let us know if you can hear us?
Yeah, hopefully that's better.
Because the Wi-Fi is looking good. All right. Hopefully you can hear us. Can you? If somebody is listening now, I see you guys on. Let us know if you can hear us, because we don't want to break up.
Yeah, for sure. But a lot of people don't realize that a lot of Luther songs were remixed. And people don't realize Dionne Warwick has had a lot of her songs remade. But Luther
it says breaking up. And it's the Wi-Fi is strong too. Let's see.
But with Luther, a lot of his are remix, but he's taken even the remakes he's done and has made it his own. All the things he made. That's just like the song Whitney redid of Dolly Parton, "I Will Always Love You." That was a remake, but she made it her own.
Yes.
Luther did that with his songs. And when you listen to the lyrics to "A House Is Not a Home," it takes you to a place where you just like,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out.
That might just be them though, too.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. It's still breaking up. And the Wi-Fi is on. Look at that. It's strong.
It's strong. So it might be theirs on there, and I'm not
because everybody 3 people.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Charles, Basine, Dwight. It's strong.
We don't want it choppy.
Yeah, we don't want it choppy. We don't want it choppy. Let's see. Let me pause for a moment. I'm just trying to see what you guys are hearing. How it looks. Check your Facebook before we get started. See how it's looking. Let's begin. See how it is looking. See we got a good show coming for you. Okay, does this sound better now? Because we got a lot of good stuff to say. So we just want to make sure you can hear us.
That is coming across loud and clear.
we can understand what you're saying, Charles said. So just, I guess it's just choppy.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out. This ain't our Wi-Fi. This ain't our Wi-Fi. All right, so we were talking about Luther.
Yeah. I mean, his lyrics, even with them being remixed, he still made those songs. He's made those songs his own. And the lyrics, if you dig deep, if you dig into the lyrics and you read the lyrics, you're like, oh man, that house is not a home, a chair is not a chair, you know. It's like, and my thing is, what I like about what we're doing here is we can look at, just like we went beyond the movies, we can go into the words of the songs of the groups that we're talking about, in addition to kind of the background.
It said they can't understand what we are saying. Let me see something. 1 second. Let me see. So let me try. I'm gonna try to go from my phone and then see what happens. Give me 1 second, because I want to make sure you guys can hear what I'm saying, what we're saying. We're gonna be doing all this good content. Y'all like what? Okay, give me 1 second. We want to make sure you can hear. So I may just have to go from my phone. Give me 1 second. All right, we're gonna try to go from my phone and see what happens. And we're gonna see if that is better. It's back now, sound now, it's better. It's starting to thunder. It's better? Okay. All right. It's better. Let's try to see something. And probably too, there's a lot of noise too. Right. Right. All right, stand by just 1 second. All right, let's see. Is this better? 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 Is this better?
You might have to turn one on.
Yeah. It's a. Is this better? Is this better? Is this better? See? Is this better? See? Is this better? See? Is this better? See?
Well, you got two of them together, so it's funny.
You got two of them. You got two of them. So let's see. I might have to turn this on.
And then use the sound. Use the sound.
So we're about to do.
What we were doing.
Mhm. 5 o'clock. Can, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? 1 second. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? All right. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Is this better? All right. I think this is probably better. Let me know if this is better, y'all. Okay, it's better. Okay, it's better. All right, we just gonna have to roll with this. Okay, they said it's better. All right, so we don't even know if we should start from the beginning. Well, y'all got some of it, right? Y'all got the gist of it, right? All right, but what we're doing is talking about songs because songs have the power to change our lives. And I have my mics too, but I can't put those on right now because it's going to take too long. Can y'all hear? Now it's working. Okay, I'm working through my phone. Y'all can hear okay without the mic. All right. Did y'all hear anything that we said earlier? Did y'all hear anything that we said earlier? Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I put so y'all know what y'all watching. Oh, this is funny, Leroy. I'm trying to give me 1 second. All right, you can keep talking, Leroy. I'm gonna just try to while you
Y'all have to
talking.
excuse the background noise
Yeah.
that's in here, y'all.
They wanna come over here. They was fine, and now they wanna come over here.
Yeah. So anyway, but as we're talking about, behind the more than just music, just like movies, it's more than what we see, the end product. And how and we think of how
Okay, good. They say yes. It started with Will Downing and Elizabeth. You know she gonna keep it. You know they gonna keep it on track. All
love
right.
you, baby. Love you.
Yes, you know she gonna look out for us. All right, so a little bit about Baycee. More than just a movie, we did that for 6 seasons. And Baycee was our number 1 fan. She
Sure.
never missed an episode of More Than Just a Movie. And with Charles, I was going through some of the old one. I was like, we covered this, we covered that, and I ended up watching them. They were really, really good.
Yeah.
We did
it's good
good.
content.
It did. We did good. All right, so. Now look, now Dr. Ali talking about the picture's not clear. Hey, at least you can hear us now. At least you can hear us. We ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay. At least you can hear us now. We'll figure it out. It wasn't loud when we came in and now it's loud. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. You could probably see on your face. I can't get it. But anyway, what we're going to be doing is talking about now it's all good. Okay. So we're going to be talking about song lyrics because a lot of songs can take us back to a place where we were, right? A lot of songs can take us back to different phases in our lives, and we remember exactly where we heard it, where we were, what was happening, how we were feeling. That's what music can do. Is it good? You see it? That's what music can do for us all. Everybody has a song. Everybody has a song where it's like, that's my jam. Let me tell you where I was. I was doing this. Um, okay.
Yeah.
She says much better.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. But when you think of a song, okay, so let's talk about. We're gonna find a way to. We talking about songs now, so I definitely got to talk about New Edition.
Well, we didn't know we gonna get this.
If we're talking about music and what that does for us, definitely got to talk about New Edition. So I can tell you where I was when I first heard New Edition. I can tell you about walking to the record stores, getting it. I can tell you who purchased my first record, and it takes you back to. It gives you that nostalgia. where you were at that time. I was 11-year-old girl. You know what I mean? Thinking about that. You talked about falling in love to songs. You can think about a song that was a, did you have a slow jam tape?
Oh,
Because I was
that
making
that
slow jam tapes.
that was it. If you, I mean, that was my go-to word.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would be in my own little zone
Uh-huh.
making a slow jam tape. It began with trying to do it off of the radio.
Oh yeah, you gotta hit the two, you gotta hit the record and the play.
Still trying to make it stop just right so that you didn't get the radio announcer
Mm-hmm.
off of the radio.
Mm-hmm.
But making those tapes, I got in my own little zone because I love slow music. I love, you know, slow jams was always my favorite type of music to be able to listen to, and whatever reason it just took me there. So listening to the lyrics, I told you that's what me and my buddy.
What do that? Try to do
Because you
that.
listen to the lyrics,
Yeah.
it gave you the way to be able to
Yeah.
understand and be able to talk to,
Yeah.
and talk to women.
Yeah.
So it was a understand the
Yeah.
words that, to be able to go and be able to
It
say
gave you the
that.
language that
Yeah.
you may not
But you need it.
necessarily have
Because
before that.
as a
She don't want me to
as a
girl.
as a teenager, as a, you're trying to 14, 15, 16-year-old boy, 17-year-old boy, you're trying to figure things out. You don't really know.
You don't know. So they put you on game. So what you're saying is Smokey Robinson, all of the writers in the 80s put you on when it came to the girls.
I mean, just the songs in and of themselves. If you paid attention, that's what I'm telling these young boys. If you go back and listen to the song, listen to the words, it'll tell you exactly what to say, exactly what to do.
Yeah.
In order, that's, and when you're talking about the song by James Ingram, 100 Ways.
Find 100 ways. Find 100 ways to tell your woman that you love her. So this is the thing. So this is the first episode of More Than Just Music. Again, we did a show for 6 seasons called More Than Just a Movie. Check it out on my YouTube. So this is just going to be some of the things we're going to talk about. And then each episode, we're going to break down, I guess, at least 3 songs, maybe 3 songs in the lyrics. But on the way over here, Aretha Franklin's Who's Zooming Who was on the radio. And I was like, that was perfect because it was a lot of innuendos. It was a lot of metaphors. Because who's zooming who? What does zooming mean? It means who's playing who is tricking who got the upper hand. And the way that they did that is like who's zooming who?
And
Like who's playing who?
And it's funny because if you listen to music, we even had music that we had no business listening to.
That part.
We didn't even
That
know.
part.
We didn't even realize
That part.
the lyrics was.
We were singing Juicy Fruit. Juicy Fruit. And we
I'm
young.
gonna get you with one. Pull up to the bumper.
Pull up to the bumper. Pull up to the bumper. In 4th grade, I was singing SOS Band. And I'm doing like, I'm thinking about the song that was what was the song? And I was like, why am I singing which one? Because I love SOS Band now, so I can't tell which one wasn't appropriate.
I mean, it's just so many. I mean, and I don't know how much you listened to her or heard of her, but
Millie Jackson.
You knew exactly.
I hear his head. This is why this is my brother. I'm telling you, it's like mental telepathy when it comes to music and movies.
Yeah, I ain't telling the young folks to listen to
No, I still ain't grown enough to listen to Millie Jackson. I still ain't grown enough to listen to that stuff. But when you think about you, me, and he, what we gonna do with the it's telling people, if you listen, it is telling the business.
Even Michael Jackson's song, what's the one that says if you can't have a baby, I mean if you don't
want to be started, something got to be started. And that, think about that. I was in the 5th grade and we were the biggest ones at day camp. Like, right, our parents was like, y'all gonna do something. So it was all of us 10-year-olds. And I think about it now, we thought we were so old at 10. We thought we were so grown. It was all the little kids and we were helping, but we did a dancing, want to be starting something. If you can't have a baby, why are we doing that? Why? Why?
But
I want to be started. Mama said, Mama said, Mama said, Mama said. What does that even mean?
right. But somebody was saying that that actually means, I
It
think
says something.
it's like Swahili or something like that. Said that it actually really is.
It means something.
Yeah, it's a real saying.
Yeah.
I can't remember it off the top of my head. But that's what music to means to me. That's what is, and that's what makes it more than music, because I know the music that I listen to, and I'm talking R&B, some gospel, gospel. I love art. Gospel is my favorite genre of music, but jazz and go- um, jazz, gospel, R&B, slow music. That's my anything that I listen to. It's those types of things and all of that. And as I was Elva and I were talking about the best decades of music and just music, entertainment, art, period, is the 70s, 80s, and 90s. You
Yep.
won't find a
Yep.
group of more talented people.
Yep.
I mean, and I'm talking, and we'll probably get into like the female singers,
Yeah.
male singers,
Yeah.
the other groups.
Yeah.
I mean, all of those, the majority of the music that you hear today, I promise you, it's either remixed, or the music is from, it was used from back in the 70s.
Yep.
James Brown's music is, I think, is the most, what do you call it?
Sample.
Sample.
And Syl Johnson, Selena Johnson's father.
Really? Oh,
She was talking about like him. She said the Wu-Tang Clan stole so much of their music. Him and RZA ended up being best friends. Right? It's so many things. So it's so many unsung people that you don't even know nothing. If I say what is Syl's
yeah.
Johnson's song, nobody would know.
And
But if I said, what is, if you listen to Wu-Tang or listen to this group, then you'd be like, oh, that's them. It's them. It's so many people
yeah.
out there that you don't even know their music.
And that's the thing. Even be more than just music. Think about the songwriters. Like you said, that
Yeah.
funk that the
Yeah.
singers there write the songs. We talk
Yeah.
about Motown
Yeah.
and Smokey Robinson. You got to think about there's so many writers that have written. I mean, Babyface is probably one of the biggest to me.
Jimmy and Terry.
Jim and Terry. What's the ones from Philly? Something.
You talking about Gamble and Huff, that Philly International.
Philly sound.
That sound.
You had these producers.
See, now they trying to make noise. We was good, and now all of a sudden, but that's all right.
Yeah.
This is just a preliminary show. We're gonna get into the songs.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
Gamble and Huff, they were the Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis before Jimmy Jam
100%.
to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Even LaFace, even Babyface, and I mean all of these.
And Doja Howser and Doja for Motown. They were
Yeah.
like big with like Smokey Robinson and all of them.
I mean, and even I mean, there's just so many, and we'll get into more and more as we go along, because it is more than just the single that you see.
That part. It's the lyrics. It really is the lyrics.
And having the right song with the right person, with
And the right tone.
and the right tone. I mean, it's just so many things that have to fall into place in order for you to make a successful song.
Yeah.
And successful music.
Yeah.
Even because I've always wondered, which I think is interesting, is where songwriters get their inspiration from and what they want. I mean, because you and I do poetry, so it's like I've said, music is nothing more than poetry with a sound. That's what it is to me.
Yeah.
You know,
Because I write songs too, that people don't even know, like songs that right you get on Apple Music right now, and spiritual songs, just songs. I'm a big person of it has to have a meaning. So you know how some people will listen to a song and hear the beat first. I hear the lyrics first. Like I'm gonna understand the lyrics and see what they're saying.
Yep.
Like, cause some people be bobbing their head and it be a terrible song. The words, you like, what are they saying? They not talking about nothing, but they hear the beat and be like, that's my jam. You're like, but did you hear the lyrics?
right.
So mine is like, I've got to listen to the lyrics first.
Yeah. I mean, and I think, is that what hit you first about
all the time.
Is it?
And it's so weird. And I'm sorry if y'all can't hear me. I have my other mics, but we just kind of transferred into this. So just be patient with us. Every week ain't gonna be like this, right? But that's weird because the first thing that hits me always is the lyrics. Always. Where you would think the first thing you hear is the beat. It's like I want to hear what they have to say,
Yeah.
and I want to see how, because you can tell how intelligent someone is, how they use the metaphors and the creativity.
Right.
So that's the first thing. So if
Right.
we was on American
We
Idol,
were just talking about
right? If
that
we was on
too.
American Idol and the judges, I would be like, the way that you those lyrics, how you put that to me, where a music guy might be like, oh, the horns, can you hear the this? So what hit you first when you first listened to the
For
song?
me, it's usually the opposite. It's usually the music. It's usually the beat
That's a lot of
that catches me
Yeah.
initially.
Yeah.
And I'll go into, like you were saying, going deeper into the lyrics.
Right.
What's the song saying?
Yeah.
Be like, oh, that was kind of, like I told you, my favorite songwriter is Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
It's like, if you listen to all of his songs, you look at his catalog and you listen to the
Yeah.
lyrics, you just be like, this is beyond.
Yeah.
When it comes to writing, and then you put in the music composition, because
Yeah.
he not only wrote his music, but he was the producer
Yes.
of the music to
Yes.
what he wanted to hear,
Yes.
how it sounded. That voice doesn't quite go with that. I mean, it's
I
usually.
think they trying to be extra loud
I
on
do too.
purpose
I do too.
because
Hey,
it was smooth and easy. Now all of a sudden they slamming stuff, but that's all right. Hopefully, if y'all can hear us, let us know if you
Yeah.
can still hear us. I appreciate that.
yeah, for sure.
Let me see. Basine said, okay, let's read what Basine is saying. Like you, Kendall, New Edition music is the soundtrack of my. So by the time I met Joe, her husband, gospel music was the soundtrack to life. Yes. And but think about what gospel music, as you talked about that too. Think about what gospel music did. Like you can put on a gospel song, a worship song,
Mhm.
and it can take you somewhere else. It can change the trajectory of your life, day, your
Change
minute by
whole
minute. It
atmosphere.
can change it.
And
Once you start repeating those lyrics,
it's the to me, and this is how I start my day, by listening to something that is uplifting,
yes,
something that is gospel oriented, or even worship songs,
yeah,
because it sets the tone for your day.
yes,
And entering into that place early in the morning,
yes,
when you're first getting started, it's a powerful thing to be able to do.
yes.
When it comes to that. So different music has different. I mean, music can put you in a good mood.
It can turn your whole mood around. Like you could be feeling sad. Think about even Bobby McFerrin. We find out later that he was suffering from depression.
Really?
But
Okay.
he made a song called Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Yeah.
So even if he wasn't in that space,
Mhm.
he's manifesting that, he's speaking it into existence. So even if he was depressed before he turned the mic on,
Yeah.
and he's singing Don't Worry, Be Happy.
And think about that. We don't even, a lot of the music, we don't even understand or know where, like you said,
The
the
background.
background of the song coming from, because a lot of music, a lot of lyrics, I should say, come from their experience.
Yes.
We know Mary J. Blige, her whole catalog is
I
nothing.
just want to be happy. All I really want is to be happy. Find the love that's mine. It will be so sweet. It's like you're speaking what you want. That's why certain singers,
Mhm.
when they're singing something, I love a singer who can write
Mhm.
because they're
Mhm.
writing
Mhm.
their feelings.
Right.
And normally,
Right.
we're not anomalies, right? Everybody has gone through some of the same things.
For sure.
So that's how some artists resonate. When you're singing empty stuff,
Mhm.
you're not connected.
Yeah.
When you see, that's why even Mary, and they be like, she's off key, she ain't doing this, she can't sing, but it's the feeling behind the lyric.
I know. We did do right.
Yes.
Remember when Regina was in there?
Yes.
And
Yes.
she was sipping.
Regina King. Regina King.
Yeah. Did I say Regina?
Yeah,
Oh,
because he loved Regina Hall.
I know.
That's why he gonna find you
I'm
like
sorry.
Regina King too, though. But you see how he tried it. He slipped Regina Hall. She ain't got nothing to do with it.
But in that scene in Radio, she recorded,
Mhm.
and she was mad at
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And so she threw. He was like, get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
She wasn't going to be able to bring what he was looking to be able to bring to the
Yeah.
song at that time
Yeah.
and everything like that. So
Yeah.
songs can take you, to places and spaces. I'll give you an example. There was this young lady on TikTok, and she was saying how she had lost her mother.
By the way, me and Leroy love us some TikTok. Come on.
It's some funny stuff on there. I ain't even,
It is.
but this particular lady, she was saying how she was having a difficult time because she had lost her mom, something like that, and it was a song of hers
Mm-hmm.
that was her mom's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And so she would get upset hearing the song. I said, no, you got to look at it this way because I did the same thing with my father. The song Easy by the Commodores,
That's on my uncle's tombstone.
is it? But
That's crazy how you saying, because when I hear it
Mhm.
and it says his easy because that was his song.
But I told her, I said, you
Mm.
got to look at it as if your mom was saying, hey, baby, how you doing? Just hollering at you. And that's the way I look at it with my father. When I hear that song, it always takes me.
What
Hey,
song is it?
it's
Is it the
easy.
same song too?
No, it's easy. No, it's easy. Because I always think about when I was a little boy, my dad had the paper part of him making
Mhm.
extra money. It was a paper route. We could hop in his I don't know what year it was, but it was a white with red interior Magnum, Pontiac Magnum.
Mm.
And we would go deliver the papers. And the song that was playing
That's
on the
easy.
radio was usually easy on Sunday
Wow.
mornings because we would get up 4 o'clock in the morning. He would get me up, and I would go with him, and he'd let me throw the papers out the sunroom.
Oh,
And so when I hear that,
that's a good memory.
yeah, I always think of him, and I always see it as him saying hello to me. It's like, hey, I'm just checking on you.
Mm.
So I told her, like, no, don't think of it
Mm.
that as a sad thing.
That's
Think of
good.
it as them checking on you.
That's
You know,
good.
I just checking in, see how you doing. I want to make sure you're okay. And that song is a remembrance of that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good because that's my uncle, and every time I hear that, I think of him. But another song, Minnie Riperton, Loving You, right?
And
And my favorite cousin, who was like my sister, passed away, and she loved that
that
song.
song, yeah.
And my godmother sang it at her funeral.
Oh wow.
So it's sometimes I just can't listen to it. I love it.
Yeah.
Sometimes depending on how I'm feeling, like I can't listen to it.
Yeah.
I just can't take it because I don't feel like crying. I don't, and then sometimes you can hear it and be like, Dad, you know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep. I mean, and just I love what music does for me because the best concert I ever went to in my life was Frankie Beverly and Mays.
You always say that. You
Frankie
always
Beverly.
say
I think Will
that.
Downing was at that one too.
Will Downing is good. Basine and I saw Will Downing
Did you?
and Stephanie Mills together at Maryland Live. Let's see.
Yeah, I remember y'all.
Yeah.
I remember y'all going.
Peace and enjoy God's property. So yeah, we went and in Basine, we went to go see Will Downing and Stephanie Mills, and those are two singing foods.
Ooh, ooh, and I mean, it just really does that, and you have those moments because I mean the whole night because not just the concert, but the dinner, the restaurant that me and my friend went to. I mean, I had mashed sweet potatoes. I don't know if you
Oh, I love mashed sweet potatoes.
have you ever had it with caramel on it?
No, but you know
Next
what?
time you have it
But I have had sweet potato fries with caramel.
with caramel on it.
So, but never the. Oh, I gotta try that.
Yeah, try that. Next time you have the mashed sweet
Oh, I
potatoes,
gotta try that.
some caramel on it, you're gonna lose your mind. Absolutely.
Oh, that sounds good.
But that was part of that night.
Yeah.
At the restaurant, I had mashed sweet potatoes. I think I had chicken or something like that, grilled chicken or
You
something.
remember the mashed
But
sweet
I
potatoes?
remember them were the mashed sweet potatoes.
Mhm.
Oh man! And I was like, you put caramel on the mashed sweet
Mm.
potatoes for it. Ate that thing. I was like, oh my goodness. But
That's it. And it's so funny. I never thought of it because with sweet potato fries, I will ask if they have honey at the restaurant or caramel.
okay.
And I'll be dipped. So I can't wait. I'm gonna make some because I'll be making mashed
Do you?
potatoes.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's so think about a song we talk about can make you fall in love.
Mhm.
It can change your mood when it
Sure.
comes to spirituality and gospel songs. But a song can make you mad too, like fight the power. Like fight the power. That you know what I'm saying? But it can get you in a place like it has the ability to move you in different ways. If
Yeah.
I'm listening to a song that's positive and it's talking about love and I don't have anybody, it's like, oh, I want to fall in love.
Right.
If I'm talking about a breakup, if somebody's singing about a breakup, like, yeah, I'm in there too. I know what she means. Jasmine Sullivan said, "What's the windows out your car?" I'm like, I never did that, but I can feel it when she said it. Like, think about it. And she said her voice is beautiful. She talking about busting the windows out his car, but she tells the story on what happens and why she wants to do that. We're not condoning that, but we're talking about how you can get, like, a singer or a songwriter can get their feelings out
Mhm.
through a lyric.
Yeah. I mean, and this is how talented some people that we'll be talking about. And I always think about Marvin Gaye, but not for what's going on and everything. Like those are all my favorites. But this is how talented this man was as a singer and with music. And for those that might not know or be aware of it, he did this. He sang the national anthem
Oh man,
in 19 was it 83 or
man,
84? The
yeah.
All-Star game.
Between him and Whitney, whew,
He made the Star Spangled Banner
a slow jam,
that day.
a slow jam.
That day, he he made that. He smoothed that thing out.
Did, and he glided. He literally glided on the track, and it's like if he just with his hat on, and he just
Like, it was just like, how do you do that?
yeah,
That, but that's what music can do for you.
yeah,
And even I don't know the background how he came to be the singer, but I mean they didn't miss the mark with that
yeah,
with having him be the singer. And
yeah.
even people said the second one is usually
Whitney.
Whitney's, you know, or they put Whitney's before his, but I was like, no,
No, Marvin. I think it's Marvin
like
and Whitney.
Marvin's version of rendition of
And I can't think of nobody else after that. I can't think of the third one.
has had
I
that kind
can't
of
think of the
impact.
third one. And both of them are gone, and you can
Yeah.
put them on right now, and you can feel their presence.
Yeah.
But just think about "I Will Always Love You." You talked about that earlier. Dolly Parton's,
Yeah.
that was her song.
Yeah.
And even Dolly Parton says that's Whitney's song now.
Right.
Like, not that she got it because she got all them royalties and got that money because she got paid, but because of the feeling when you "I
Yeah.
Always Love You." So everybody had a love, right? That they really loved. And no matter what, you can feel that "I will always love you," whether it's you're talking about a man or a woman, whether you're talking, put it somewhere, God, whether you're talking about a friend, a family member, you know what love feels like, right? And for her to sing "I Will Always Love You" in the way that she sang it,
Yeah, for sure.
it told a story.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and here's the great thing that a lot of people may not know about the song and the royalty that Dolly Parton got from that song.
Mhm.
She took, I think it was like 10 million, however much it
Mhm.
was. She took the money, part of the portion of the money that of the royalties that she got
Mhm.
went towards what did she donate to? It was a nonprofit
Mhm.
that she donated the money to. And I was like, kudos to Dolly
That she did that. Yeah.
that she did that. She was like, nah, this ain't about me.
Yeah.
This is a great song that became
Yeah.
Whitney's. And I'm the beneficiary because I wrote the song, I
Yes.
sang the song,
Yes.
but I now have the ability to, because of what I did now years later, because I don't know when she wrote that song, and then for Whitney to remake it, and then for her to get to get the royalties off of it because she was the writer, and that's one
Yes.
thing we got to talk about too with music.
The writer.
These writers and y'all
And
own
that's
it.
where the money
Yeah,
is.
you gotta
That's where the
own
money
your,
is. The money is in the writing.
yeah, and owning
Master.
your masters. I love it about Ray in the movie
Yeah.
when he goes to the what was it, CBS or whoever the record label was. He was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to own my master.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was like, wait a minute, hold up.
Yeah.
What you mean own your master?
Yeah.
Your music.
Yeah.
It's intellectual property.
Yes.
So you got to understand, if you're the creator of the music, yeah, you should have some
Yeah.
control over it.
Yeah.
That was one of the mistakes.
Yeah.
If you look at a lot of the groups and a lot of the musicians and stuff made that mistake, including your boys.
Oh yeah, where they got $1.86.
Was it dollar?
They was a kid. They was kid New Edition with children.
$100
They
in
put
a
$100 in the scooter, the mopeds, and they scooting around, scoot. And went back to school after they've been on the tour selling all this money. So,
And broke.
and broke. So that's why some of my favorite movies, we talked about that. So go back to more than just a movie. We spotlighted music documentaries
Yeah.
and music biographies, right? So we talked about some of these stories on what they didn't get through. But that's why one of my favorite shows is Unsung. I love me some Unsung because you hear how the songs came about, you hear about the artists, and then also a podcast, R&B Money podcast with Tank and Jay Valentine. One of my favorite ones. They'll have the artists on there, so they'll be talking about the songs and how they came about and the lyrics and who wrote what. So this show is up both of our alleys because we love a lot of the same music, same movies. We talk about relationships. We talk about everything because everything. This is like my brother from another mother for real. We be like mental telepathy sometimes. But so these are some of the stories that you're gonna get. So this is the first episode of this particular show. But we wanted to show us that we are back, right? Like we never left. So how we're gonna format it is we're gonna pick some songs and we're going to go through who wrote it. We're going to go through the lyrics. We're going to talk about the lyrics and we're going to talk about a time in our life. So you'll get to know a little more about us, the time in our life, then when it came out, what we were doing or how we felt. And we want to ask you all. So some of your favorite movies, excuse me, music with some, either your favorite song lyrics. And if you go back to the Temptations, more than just a movie, we talked about that. We broke down at the end, I broke down some lyrics. And Basine was like, well, what? I never knew. Remember we were talking about the way you do the things you do. Hello, 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 hello. Let me see. I'm sure I love Bobby Brown and all his music, but Joe past every little step made me sad. I'm sorry. And then when you think about that though, like when you think about that, so Basine lost her husband.
Yeah.
So you have music
Yeah.
that kind of stamps some of the special moments in your life.
Sure.
And then if the person is not here, like we talked about, if the person is not here anymore,
Right.
it will jar. Like you talked about your father, I talked about my cousins, because it will take you to that place.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, and that's the thing. That's the great thing about music is it has the ability to take you back to certain time, certain places, certain memories, and things like that. Because there's certain music that reminds me of being on my grandmother's house on the porch with my uncles and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
So all of those things being in college.
Yeah.
And because I always think about what was that 87, 88. Because somebody was playing Rakim's Paid in Full, but that whole
In the studio.
Paid in Full album and Keith Sweat.
Oh, 1988. That was 1988. That I can tell you where I was.
That is all you heard on our campus was every song from that I Want Her album.
That
Mainly
album, 1988. I'm gonna tell you something. So, we had in my house, we had another part, and my mom rented that. We had a boarder,
Okay.
right? So she would be playing that, and I was in 11th grade, maybe 12th, because you're about 2 years older
Yeah,
than me.
because I was there. Yeah, I was
Okay.
in my going into my sophomore year.
Okay. Okay. So I was still in high school and I remember her playing it. You can hear it, right? And I was like, you can hear it on the radio. And I was like, what is that? And I remember hearing it and she gave me the cassette tape.
Really?
And I
Okay.
wore
Yeah.
that cassette tape
Yeah.
out. You hear me?
That was that is a
Every lyric, that classic,
song.
that initial Keith Sweat, I Want Her.
Yeah.
That whole thing from front
You could just
to
put it in and let it play.
back. And he's still touring that thing. And people still singing along. I was watching something on TikTok and Keith Sweat, as a young girl was at the Keith Sweat concert and he held the mic out
It
and the
just-
millennial, and they were millennial. But that's what good music and
Yeah.
good lyrics, it stands the test of time.
Yeah.
Now we was like, she may be young, but no, we like, wait a minute, hope she not underage. You start thinking about it now because think about the lyrics said you weren't really dissected and we weren't as woke and it was no such thing as being politically correct. So now you hear stuff like, wait a minute, hopefully she was grown.
Yeah.
She was of age. But when you think what was the song? Not just be good to me. I'm going back to SOS.
Okay.
I don't care about the other girls. Just be good to me. Like, come on now. Hopefully y'all ain't singing that. I want y'all to know y'all words. But we were singing. I don't care about the other girls. Just be good to me.
No,
Like,
it's a couple of songs.
what?
As We Lay by Shirley Brad.
Like what? We be singing it. It's morning.
Atlantic. What was Atlantic Stars?
Secret lovers,
Secret Lovers.
secret lovers,
It's-
and that told a whole
I
story.
know.
That told a whole story, a whole story.
But it's funny how you talk about lyrics and stuff like that, because I remember Frankie Beverly doing a interview, and I think he was doing it with Donnie Simpson at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like, "You haven't written music in so long or whatever." He said, "I don't have to."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Because people come
Mhm.
to hear me sing
Mhm.
all of the older stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't necessarily have to write new
Mhm.
stuff." He was like, let me do a concert, and I'm not enjoying pain."
Mm-hmm. No, he can't. Certain ones that they can't
So
because they're gonna sing it. Yeah.
there's music that we just love, and especially those of us that grew up in the 70s, 80s,
Mm-hmm.
and 90s that
Mhm.
have that music
Mhm.
along the way to be
Mhm.
able to, that other soundtracks of
Mhm.
life, shoot it
Mhm.
out live. I mean, I'm talking from childhood
Mhm.
to young adult,
Yeah.
to being great. So
Yeah.
all of that, and we look back now, and we're like, "Man, I mean, the music we grew up on was tight." And
Mhm.
and for the young,
About the emotions, dinner ready, and the wine is chilled. We wasn't doing that.
and so the generation that's behind us, the millennials and the Gen X, and I mean not Gen X, 'cause that's us, I think. But the millennials and Gen Z, I think it's Gen Y,
Mhm.
Gen Z, whatever the
Because we're
categories are.
ex.
Yeah, but
I always remember it.
music really kind of, like movies and everything else, just started to go down. There's some artists that have stood the test of time
Mhm.
and everything like that, but overall, that 70s, 80s, and 90s music was the most talented artists that we had. I'm talking from the music to the lyrics to emotions, and like you were saying, just everything that kind of
Mhm.
came along with it.
Yeah.
And you think about all of the stories that we had,
Yeah.
that stories of this generation had
Yeah.
to tell about that music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's a privilege. I think we growing up in that era.
I miss the 80s. I said the other day, like I really do.
Brother.
Like that was an era. Not that you would be one of the people that want to live in the past,
Mhm.
but it was such a great time with music, culture, richness. Talk about the clothes,
Yeah,
the jewelry, the music, the artists. It was different.
yeah, yeah.
It
It
was
was a
different.
different feel. It was just a different mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I think our parents had a different mindset back
Mm-hmm.
then too. Even with the music, we could only listen to certain music, because I know
Mm-hmm.
and my dad at the time, he was a pastor at the time. I couldn't listen to secular music. So you know how long that lasted. That didn't last. That didn't
Try
last.
sneak it.
No,
Try sneak.
I did and got in trouble, and that's why I didn't last that long.
Right. Right.
'Cause I was
Right.
like, nope.
Right.
Like, no, we're
Right.
not having this. But those are the things that we that music takes us to. That's the
Yeah.
place that music takes us
Yeah.
to. So we want y'all to just come along for the ride.
Absolutely. So we sorry for what we'll figure it out for sure. But of course, you're gonna get a lot of this and more. You're gonna hear stories, get to know about us. So if you have certain songs that you want us to break down, because we're gonna break down the lyrics,
Yeah.
right? Just like we broke down the movies, we're gonna break down the lyrics, and every song has a story.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna talk about. That and go ahead. Go ahead.
No, we throw in, y'all know, because I'm a businessman. I'm gonna throw in the business aspect of it too, because like we talked about, those stories behind that people don't readily know about the artist and the struggling, and how important that is to understand the mistakes and things that happen with those artists and with the musicians, people not getting paid.
Because the lyrics are the heart of the
Right.
song.
Yeah, I mean, and that's somebody's intellectual property, and
Yeah.
people taking deals so that they could get put on. you
Yeah.
know, the manipulation that has gone on in the music industry,
Yeah.
as we're finding out
Yeah.
now, because a lot of the folks that we grew up on, a lot of the stuff is coming out about
Yeah.
things that they've done and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think with all of that and understanding, hey, it's more than music.
More. It's more than music. All right. So this was a good first one. This was just an informational one and
Yeah.
talking about it and all of that. But we're going to get right into it next week. We're not sure on the time, but when you see us come up on your timeline, hopefully you're watching live
Pull
or
up.
the playback. Pull up. All right, Leroy, this was good. I ain't seen you in
I
a
know,
long
man.
time. This is my boy. It's my brother right here. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to this first episode of More Than Just. If you want to get to see our camaraderie, our sister and brotherhood, definitely go to More Than Just a Movie.
Oh yeah, you got to
It's
do
a
that.
playlist right on my YouTube channel, and then you take us out. Tell the people what they need to do.
Nah, y'all know what to do. Hit that. Not only just go to the. I want you to go to the channel and listen to it, but hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, but also hit the like, comment, and share. Share this with somebody else who likes me, who y'all know loves me, loves good music, likes to talk about music. But even in there, before you get to there, you can watch the previous episodes of More Than Just a Movie. Because Kendall was saying she went back and she had a little what do you call it, marathon. More Than Just the
I
music.
did. I was like, oh, this is good. Like it ain't us.
Right. So those types of things, and we promise you, it'll be well worth the watch. You can watch them because we talk about more than just the movie with those that are already there, just like we're going to be talking about more than just the music that's here, because there's so much that we don't think about. We just think about the end product as far as the movies go and then the music go. We really don't think about the artist and the story behind the story. So,
There you go. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know your favorite songs in the comments. And you want to sing us out?
no, yeah. And it's funny because I used to sing on the brother.
Come along.
I used to
So
be
happy.
I used to be on the Brotherhood choir. We heard, like, you
You need to
sing? I
sing.
was like, no, I don't sing. I said, I sound great when I'm amongst 50 other brothers.
That's it. That's it. Right there. And I ain't going to sing y'all out. But all right. Thank you so much for watching. God bless y'all. Peace.